This is such a magical place. It's hard for me to describe just how amazing and how special this whole experience has been and how special this place is.
I came to the temple after the death of my 19-year-old daughter. I was struggling with a great deal of grief, and I simply hadn't found good ways to deal with it. And I thought that ayahuasca and the Temple of the Way of Light might hold some answers for me.
Intentions were really to release or transmute trauma or negative emotions that have been stored in my body. I wanted to let go of them.
In my family is a history of abuse, and so it's something that I've worked on in myself for decades and made a lot of progress with. And I wanted to do something which could help me to just truly move forward from all of that.
To let go of my sorrows, to the things that been stopping me from moving forward. To clear the space for my grandkids. To live a healthier and happier life.
I came to the temple with a story that I thought was true, that I was wounded from a very early age, probably infancy. And with that story came a whole lifetime of misery and suffering, of shame and so forth. And I'd worked through the shame part, but what I didn't know was that my heart had been closed for most of my life.
I really came to the temple seeking answers within myself, just a deeper knowledge of like why these patterns would emerge, why it was so difficult to connect, and hopefully with those answers kind of being able to move out of that confusion and difficulty and just kind of find peace within myself and then in relationship with other people.
The temple was even more than I expected. I'd read the reviews and I'd seen the testimonials on the website. What I encountered was even more transformative than what I had hoped for. The structure, everything is devoted toward healing, and I needed a great deal of healing. And that essentially is what I found here.
I came to the temple having over 5 years of very extensive use with psychedelics, LSD, psilocybin, even ayahuasca, MDMA, and I've really been blown away by the depth and the power of the Shipibio's healing work through their icaros alongside the ayahuasca medicine.
This is my third time here, and after having an interview with the curandero, I had a real appreciation for how much work goes into the healers being able to do what they do in terms of their dedication to practice and the years that they take to work with the plant spirits.
To get this sense of how deeply connected they are to the plants. I mean, they really have a feeling for the plants.
The work is done with such integrity and it's such a safe place. The healers and the facilitators are so talented at what they do. It's really profoundly beautiful.
So when you come here and you're met with facilitators who instantly make you feel at home, who make you feel safe within yourself, that make you feel safe within your confusion, your lack of decision making, or your own chaos. It just makes you feel as if you can open up, as if you can break and give yourself permission to be guided on how to put your pieces back together.
The retreat center is very well laid out, it's very well organized, and so you have a molucca, for example, the ceremonial hut, and you have a number of tambos, which are like small cabins that are scattered around the molucca, and you have a central place where you eat. Everything has a very organic feel, as if it grew up from the jungle itself. And there's a small room where you can relax and you can read, excellent selection of things to read. And there are paths all around. It's lovely to explore. And so when you're not in ceremony or you're not in group or you're not doing something else, you can feel yourself being healed just by exploring the property. The food is superb. You'll be given everything you need for the ayahuasca diet.
There was so many more healing aspects of this experience that I wasn't expecting. Just being able to be in the jungle and connect with nature for me was extremely healing.
I did not know what digital detoxing is. And you're in this world. You know, you're like miles away from civilization. To really get to a place where this is like absolutely alien to you, and to actually feel really safe in this alien environment, it's a wonder in itself. You are completely away from everything. So you can really focus on what's really important to you.
I didn't know how hard it was just to sit with myself, no distractions, no phone, sometimes silent days, so not talking to anybody. I didn't realize how difficult that would be. And it ended up being such a precious time for me to be able to really connect with what I was experiencing throughout the ceremonies. And it ended up being exactly what I needed to have all of that time just to be with myself.
I expected to be in very rudimentary lodging and so forth, and found that what they've built here is actually very comfortable and very conducive to doing very deep, difficult inner work.
Even just sort of the ritual surrounding the ceremonies was so impactful. Like seeing that these things have a process that you need to kind of follow in order to really get the results that you want. You don't just like kind of go into the ceremony and do it. Like you really follow this ritual that prepares you, and that each step has a purpose.
So what I did here was find the safety to completely open my heart and then give birth to my authentic self, and experience for the first time that in fact my mother loved me deeply, as did my father, in a very experiential, energetic, and visual way. And that changed everything.
I was able to really look and see things differently, with more compassion actually, towards this history in my family. And it was the first time actually that I got there, where I'd gotten to forgiveness, anger, and this was the first time where it was like, thank you, I see how hard it was for you. Instead of I forgive you, which is fine, but it goes further than that.
I was sitting there like very sad during the ceremony, and one of the Maestra Laura, she started singing Icaros, and I felt so much love from her, and she just brought my spirit up in a way that I wouldn't imagine it's possible. And then in the end, she just gave me a hug, and I felt she told me, just man, love yourself, and everything's gonna be okay. So, and yeah, that was pretty good lift up for me.
I kind of had this immense sense of connection and understanding of what unites us and what lives inside of all of us. And it was this knowing and this sense of that we all have this love inside of us, this life, this universal love that is the truth. It's what overrides everything. And once I learned that, I saw that all these other ideas and things that I felt about myself were so insignificant, and that was extremely healing for me.
The Icarus, the way how they delivered, these songs, the magical songs, they transform, like they transmit the power and energy from the plants to our heart. And like, I'm full of gratitude and of these energies, and I feel blessed to be here in this place.
Frankly, nothing could have prepared me for the experience that I had with the medicine and with the healers. If somebody had explained to me or told me the type of experience that I would have, I wouldn't have believed them.
I received every answer that I needed day one, which made me nervous because what are the next 5 days going to bring about? And every single day was me learning a different part of myself that I wasn't conscious of, that I was oblivious of, or maybe something I was disregarding or something I was dishonoring. And when I set those intentional intentions, it gave myself and everything around me, all the energies that are supporting me, an opportunity to really go deeper into myself the way that I had hoped. Yeah.
I feel like I have a new family. Some of us will stay in touch, others won't. And still, I feel like I made a really heartfelt connection with everybody.
To be able to go through these experiences and then process them in a group setting, and then hearing other people process their own experiences and like the impact that has, how it makes you reflect on your own life and your own struggles, and leads you to insights that you might not otherwise have had.
The retreat is organized in a way that opens you up, and along with this group of people and the relationships that we formed, and being so vulnerable and open with 20-something strangers, and sharing our pain and our fears and our suffering with each other was so healing.
First of all, from my experience here, I'm taking home a full and radiant heart, which I did not believe I would be able to bring back with me. The grief and the leaden grief that I was struggling to carry is gone. It's replaced, of course, not by indifference. It was my daughter, but with something much more manageable. And I feel that I've been embraced and bathed, I should say, in love and solicitude and caring of the highest level, celestial level almost. And so I'll be taking these things back with me, along with them the blessings of the maestros and the maestras, the healers, and I'll treasure all those things forever.
With that, I became open to the very source of creation that I now know is within me, and my own compassion, which is everyone's compassion. And that I am fiercely compassionate, and that this is something that's possible for everyone, to see their true selves and realize that in the end, there never was anything wrong.